Today on Zoom, Acacia challenged us to see what we can get to float in club soda.
And a high drive. There it goes.
My dad's name is Matt Williams. He plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. A lot of the other players are all my friends.
The pajama pants pop. You need to put on the pajama pants and stuff your pants with a balloon. Go! Keep going! No! Funding for Zoom is provided by
the National Science Foundation,
America's Investment in the Future, and by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting,
a private corporation funded by the American people,
the Arthur Vining Davis Foundation,
the Wheezy Foundation,
the Tucker Gosnell Family Foundation,
and by contributions to your PBS station
from viewers like you. Thanks! Hi, we're Wilbraham and Munson Academy's Blake Middle School, right here in Weston, Massachusetts.
Get ready to Zoom! Yeah!
Woohoo! Flavor! You can do it! Let's go! Come on, you got it!
Come on. All right.
Come on, Ching!
Come on, Zoomer. Let's hit that ball.
I got it! Yeah!
Come on and zoom, on and zoom, come on and zoom, on and zoom, come on and zoom, 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 on, zoom. Come on and zoom, you call the tune. Come on and zoom, starting soon. Come on and zoom, 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 zoom.
I'm Caroline. I'm Malini.
I'm Eduardo.
I'm Garrett. I'm Mike. I'm Courtney.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm singing.
We're all plugged into one world now.
So let's talk. We want to hear from you.
Come on, give it a try. And if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it. Zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom. Oh, yeah. Come on and zoom, 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 on. Zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom, on and zoom. Come on and zoom, on and zoom. Come on and zoom, on, zoom, on, zoom, on, zoom.
We're zooming on WGBY. Hey, Zoomers. Boy, we've been getting a lot of emails from you. Thanks for all the great ideas. Here's one from Megan S. of Methuen, Massachusetts. She sent us a game called The Pajama Pants Pop. To play, you will need an oversized pair of pajama pants, a barrel filled with balloons, and an empty barrel for each team. You need to put on the pajama pants, run down to your team's barrel, and stuff your pants with a balloon.
That's funny.
Then you need to run back to your barrel, take out all the balloons, and put it in the empty barrel. Then you just give your pajama pants to the next player. The first team to get all of their balloons back here wins the game.
Cool. I want to play this game.
Okay, viewers. Ready, set, go!
Go, Caroline, go, 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 Come on, Caroline, you can do it. Stop it, don't quit. This is so funny. Oh my goodness! You got some in your pants. Hey, go on. If you have something, you go. Go, go, go!
I made raisins dancing club soda.
Whoa! So cool.
Well, Acacia of Kentville, Nova Scotia in Canada did this in her 5th grade class, and she challenged us to see what else we can get to float in club soda.
Okay, so let's test it out. So why don't you pour the club soda?
Ooh, bubbles.
Do you guys want to separate all the things into things that we think float and things that we think don't float?
Yeah, sure.
I think all these right here will float. So you think the peanuts will float, the raisins will float, and the walnuts? Because I
think the rice will too.
because it's so light.
Yeah.
But I don't think the rice will float because of the carbon dioxide. I think it'll just float because it's so light.
Less dense than the water.
And I think the buttons will float,
Actually, I think they're gonna sink.
I think they're going to float.
All right, so we'll put that in the middle so we don't know what.
What do you think the chocolate chips are going to do? I think the chocolate chips are going to sink. I think the corn's going to float. I think it's going to sink, and then when it reaches the bottom, the bubbles are going to, like, stick around it, and because it's so light, it's going to float up.
Yeah. I think the grapes are definitely gonna sink.
I think they're going to float because I think when me and Rachel did it, I think they floated.
So do you want to put it in the middle?
I don't know. What do you think about the pasta? I think the pasta is going to float probably because it has, like, the ridges to the carbon dioxide
will be able to hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I agree. What do you think is gonna happen with the beans?
I think they're going to sink.
Yeah, I think they're gonna sink too. Like the carbon dioxide might not cling on to it as well.
Let's start out with one that we think will float, and then we'll do back and forth.
So this is the
Let's do the
peanut.
peanut.
When we dropped it in, it didn't sink all the way down to the ground, so that
means that it just floats all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the carbon dioxide will stick in.
Yeah. So we were right. So it floated. It was less dense than the
Let's
water.
leave it in and see if something will happen afterward. Okay. Let's try
beans.
Okay.
Okay. So
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
So
it's
down.
sinking.
So
Well,
down.
yeah.
It came back up.
The beans floated. So that means it does float.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
so we were
Also,
wrong
back
with
down.
the beans.
It's dancing.
Even see
all the
bubbles.
You want to try a raisin?
Yeah, sure. We probably know that raisins
Yeah.
are gonna work just because you did it with Rachel.
bubbles.
I know, it's so cool.
Look at the bean is like
Yeah.
wavering.
I think we need to wait a while, but I think the raisin is going to float up at some point.
So
Chocolate
chips.
Oh, yeah, it stinks.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
you never know. You never know.
Yeah, because let's just see for a second if
Oh, it goes back up to the top. So but
dancing.
it's dancing.
It's so cool.
Okay, let's
try something that we weren't sure. Let's try grape. Okay, I think that's going to sink. I think it's going to float.
Oh, it's going right back up. It wants to go down, but the carbon dioxide's like
Keeping it up.
pulling it up.
that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Okay. Oh, it just went back down.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
down. Do you want to try the buttons?
Sure. I think the ones are actually going to float just because I think they're less dense. Oh, maybe.
Oh, no, down the bottom, and it comes back up. That's so
That's
cool.
so cool. It's floating.
So we have...
Do you guys want to get a different cup? Because it's getting kind of full. Okay.
All right, sure. So we'll test out the walnuts first?
Okay, sure. I think it's going to float, but not because of the carbon dioxide, just because it's light.
Yeah,
just because it's light. So we'll know if it's carbon dioxide. If it goes to the bottom, then it rises up. Okay. Want to try corn?
Yeah, kernels.
Maybe it'll sink then float because it's
It wants to go. It wants to go up.
I think it might dance.
I know. I think it might dance too.
I think it's going to float up. I think it will.
I think it's just gonna sink.
Let's try rice. Try something else. I think this will sink and then float. I think it's going to dance. I think it's going to float, but... Oh, no. Well, it might... We're not sure. I think it's going to dance because look at all the bubbles rising on it. So I think it's going to dance. Yeah.
Oh, there goes the kernel.
The kernel. Yep. Look at that dance. Yeah.
cool.
Oh, it's going back down. Oh,
and
it dance. For midway. And
Okay.
have we tried the pasta?
No,
yet.
So let's try. Oh, it's going.
Oh, they're still going to dance.
I think.
Look how many bubbles are coming up from it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Cool.
This is the dancing pile. We have the grapes, the chocolate chips, and the popcorn kernels. So they all dance.
The grape danced because the carbon dioxide was able to grab onto it and float. And the chocolate chip definitely danced.
Yeah, it was going up and down the whole entire time. And then for our floating pile, we have the peanuts and the walnuts. And then, didn't the buttons float? I thought
You mean the dance?
Yeah,
they did.
So
that's actually the dance. Yeah, there you go.
the sinking pile. Well, I'm still kind of not sure about the raisins.
Yeah, me
Because if
either.
it worked with you and Rachel, and it's not working now.
And I think it should work because it's pretty light and it's got a lot of ridges.
It's really sticky, too.
Yeah.
And then the beans, it sunk, but you remember how it came up once, but then it just went right back down. So do you want to put it in the dancing pile?
Sure.
All right.
And I think these two definitely...
The rice and the pasta.
Yeah.
I think those sunk because they're still down there and they haven't moved, so... It It was the bubbles, the carbon dioxide in the club soda, that made the grapes and the chocolate chips good. The bubbles stuck to the sides of the grapes and the chocolate chips and made them more buoyant. Buoyant means something is able to float in liquid.
The bubbles made the grapes and the chocolate chips float the way this life preserver would make me float. Together, the life preserver and I are less dense than the water, so we can float.
Raisins, rice, and pasta didn't float because the bubbles didn't stick to them very well. Keep watching, because later we're going to see if there's anything we can do to make raisins, rice, and pasta float.
Doctor, I think I'm a fly.
Why?
I'm stuck on the web.
Huh?
The Zoom website at pbskids.org.
That's the cure. Baseball is America's favorite pastime, and it's my favorite pastime too. I love it. I grew up with it, and it's been my life. My name is Jake. I'm 11 years old, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. My dad's name is Matt Williams. He plays Major League Baseball for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's the third baseman. He's number 9.
And a high drive. There it goes. And Williams a three-run homer.
I'm proud of him for making it this far, because only 1% of a lot of people make it to the major leagues.
What a big lead hit right there.
Are you going to start tonight? Yeah. He just put his mind to it, and he got here, and he's been playing for 20-some years, and I'm just really proud of him for that.
Are those my shorts?
Yeah.
No wonder they're a little big.
Yeah. This is my summer vacation. It's like my home away from home because I know everyone here. I go out in the outfield and catch fly balls. I play with the other players' kids. It's just a really good experience to be out here. When I'm in school, I can't come here. Education before fun. That's what my dad always says. A little catch. A lot of the other players are all my friends. Hey, Mark.
So how you doing today?
They're just like my uncles. A bunch of uncles and a bunch of brothers. This is the dugout. This is the bench. It goes all the way down there. This is where the players sit when they're not playing or when they're waiting to bat. And that rack, this is, Rod Barajas, and this is where all the players put their bats in their own little cubbies. And helmet rack, Randy Johnson's helmet, number 51 right here. My dad's glove. Well, I just love the game, period. I mean, I'd play it as much as I can if I could. And my dad's been teaching me. He just teaches me everything I can fit in my little head. My grandfather, my dad's dad, he played baseball. Unfortunately, he never made it to the major leagues. He was a really great player. He taught my dad how to play, and my dad probably wouldn't be here without him.
Base hit! Diamondbacks win! They're the world champions! Celebrate in Arizona!
It was really exhilarating to see him be out on the field in the 2001 World Series.
The Diamondbacks have won the World Series!
It was really fun. It was the best moment of my life, just to see my dad achieve something that he's been wanting to do for his whole career, basically. It's an amazing feeling, and it's like unlike anything else in the world. I was crying. I was so happy for my dad. My biggest dream is to become a Major League Baseball player. Follow my dad's footsteps. I'm pretty positive that I'm going to make it. What's up? 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 What's up?
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
I would be a falcon so I could fly really fast. I would be a snake because I like how they jump on their prey. If I could be any animal, I would be a lion because they're fierce and they can eat people. I would be a cat because cats can go exploring. I would be my dog because he's very interesting and adventurous. If I could be any animal, I would be an eagle because I could fly. I would be an eagle. A dog because they're loyal.
This is an arepa. It's made out of cornmeal. You know how in the United States you might go to a stand and buy a hot pretzel? Well, in Latin American countries like Venezuela, people would go to a stand and buy arepas instead. Joseph D. of Florida emailed us the recipe. To make 8 arepas, here's what you'll need. Cornmeal. I'm using yellow cornmeal, but you can also use white. Salt, butter, and some grated cheese and slices of ham. These are the traditional toppings for arepas. Arepas can be baked or fried. We're going to bake our arepas, so you're going to need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. If you're not allowed to use an oven, then ask an adult to help you. You need to wash your hands before you start cooking, and my hands are already washed. Now you want to pour 2 cups of water into the bowl, like that. Now pour in 2 cups of cornmeal into the bowl too. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And now mix them together. Mix. It smells kind of good. It should look a little bit watery. And if it's too dry, you can add some more water. Now, you want to mix the dough in the bowl so that there are no lumps. My cousin is from Colombia. She likes to make arepas too. And it's actually a tradition that people from Latin America like to make arepas on special occasions, like Navidad, which is Spanish for Christmas, or on just birthday occasions, anniversaries, anytime the whole family's together. I think it's fun because we get to keep our Latin American traditions alive in the U.S., even though we're not from the U.S. So. Now you want to let the dough sit in the bowl for about 2 minutes so that the cornmeal soaks up the water. And after about 2 minutes, the dough should look like this. And I'm going to mix it some more. Mix. Now, it doesn't have that much water. It's going to be easier to form a ball. So, now take a small amount of the dough and pack it in your hands to form a ball. People make arepas in different shapes. Some people make theirs flat, and other people like to keep theirs thicker. Alright, now you want to place the ball on the cookie sheet. Hold on. Move this around. There we go. If you want to, since I'm going to make my arepas flat, I'm going to use the palm of my hands to flatten it out, like a pancake. Take another piece and flatten it out with my hands. Right. That. Alright, now I'm gonna just clean my hand a little bit. Oh, it's kind of messy. Alright, now we want to put the cookie sheet in the oven for about 15 minutes. So I'll put on my oven mitts and put it in the oven. Now you want to take the cookie sheet out of the oven after it's 15 minutes. Be careful because it will be very hot. So I'll put it down. There we go. Take off my oven mitts. Now, you're going to need an adult's help for this next part. You want to spread some butter on a warm arepa. Arepas are like, they don't have a smooth texture, so it's kind of hard to spread the butter on it. That's enough. Now you want to take a slice of ham and put it on the arepa and sprinkle on some cheese. Right? And I'll do the same thing for the next arepa. And spread. Ooh, spread. Okay. This one's kind of easier. Alright, that's enough. And take a slice of ham and sprinkle on some cheese. Now, you want to put the cookie sheet back in the oven for about a minute, or until the cheese is melted. Put it back. Put it back in the oven. Here are some arepas that are already cooked and cooled. To find the directions to make arepas, you can go to the Cafe Zoom section of the Zoom website at pbskids.org. And while you're there, you can send us your favorite recipes. Buen provecho, that's Spanish for bon appetit. Really good. It's awesome.
Zoom into action!
volunteer in our community by helping to take care of a big garden. We grow cabbage, strawberries, peppers, and tomatoes. One of the most important things in a healthy garden is its soil. We use compost instead of fertilizer because it's made of natural things like old roots and potato and banana peels.
You have to weed regularly because if you don't, the weeds will just wrap around the roots and they'll drain the water that the plants are trying to suck up.
On some days, our hands and the bottom of our shoes get really dirty. But this garden belongs to us. That makes us feel good.
Do you volunteer in your community? If you do, you're already a member of the Zoom team. We want to hear all about it. Send your story, along with any photos or videos, to this address.
Remember, the little things you do can sometimes make a big difference.
Zoom Interactive! And join the Zoom team!
Earlier, we experimented to see what things would float in club soda. We discovered that carbon dioxide bubbles didn't stick well to certain things like pasta, rice, and raisins, so these things didn't float.
Mrs. Ray's class of Sykesville, Maryland, challenged us to try to get things that sink to float.
So we gathered all these materials to see if we could get raisins, rice, and pasta to become more buoyant. Okay, let's test it out.
Do you want to try to poke holes in raisins?
Yeah.
Or maybe even cut it in half?
Yeah, well, here, I'll pour the...
Alright. So do you want me to try poking holes in? Or, okay.
Look how bubbly.
Holes.
Okay, want to try it?
I'm going to use some on the other side.
Okay. Okay, ready? I think it's gonna sink.
Well,
I think it will come up. It's dancing.
Oh, yeah, high five.
This is going up and down.
so we found out that the poking holes in a raisin
Makes it dance.
makes it dance.
So if we cut it in half, I think
I think
here, I'm gonna take this now.
Okay, I cut this raisin in half. Alright, ready?
Come on.
Ooh,
Come on. It's good, right? It's kind of levitating. I know, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what do you think we could do with pasta? If we have sandpaper, maybe we could rub it, get all the roughness out. Well, look how white the sandpaper's getting. Okay.
Okay, why don't we try it?
Should probably work. Let's collect some. Come on. Collect bubbles.
Oh, well, why don't we try something else? So,
Yeah, I think maybe if it's possible to like cut a wagon wheel, like the side.
careful, yeah.
Okay.
You just cut it in half. So, why don't we,
Maybe if we still,
so I just put a piece of wagon wheel.
I think we still need to stand it. Do you think this is one of those things that's always?
I know, I think it's one of those things that will always sink.
Maybe if we wrapped it in aluminum foil. Maybe.
Let's try it.
I think that's a really tall.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try it. So we sanded it and put...
Oh, it worked!
I think it's because,
the reason this floated, it wasn't because the carbon dioxide was on it. It was just because of the aluminum foil.
Do you want to try the rice before we go back into that?
So I have an idea. Maybe if we take a grape and if we take a piece of rice and stick it into the grape like this, then I think since the grape danced and the rice didn't, so maybe it'll be able to stick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably. So the grape
I think it'll work. Here, you know what? Let's try adding a little. I think. Let's try adding. Soda's kind of gone dead.
There it goes.
Nice job.
Nice job.
That was cool.
I think that the grape acted like a life preserver for the rice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the grape could come up with the carbon dioxide. And think about the rice as a little person going into a life preserver.
Try this at home. And if you find any cool discoveries, send them to Zoom.
Tell me what to do. You got to send us email. Email. E-double-M box 350. Box and app. 21344.
Science rocks at the Zoom website. Interact with cool gizmos and experiment with Zoom-style activities from the show. You'll find them all at pbskids.org or America Online, keyword PBS Kids.
transmissions become the property of Zoom.
and will be eligible for inclusion in all Zoom media.
This means that we can share your ideas with other Zoomers on TV, the web, in print material,
And in other media. So, send it to Zoom. Zoom? Come on and Zoom on. Come on and Zoom on. Come on and Zoom on.
funding for Zoom
Is provided by
The National Science Foundation,
America's Investment in the Future.
and by
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
a private corporation funded by the American people,
The Arthur Vining Davis Foundation.
the Wheezy Foundation,
The Tucker Gosnell Family Foundation.
and by
contributions to your PBS station,
From viewers like you.